Welcome to the CrossFit Canada podcast, telling the stories usually of Canadian affiliate owners and coaches. More on that in a second, but we are brought to you by Affiliate VA Services, where you can get a professional member success assistant for your affiliate to handle all your admin tasks. So I was saying usually Canadian because we have a very international guest today, Mr. David, and I don't want to mispronounce your last name. So what we do is we're going to kick this off. Like if you were to come do a drop-in at my affiliate, I would want you to introduce yourself, where you're from, and let's go favorite vacation spot. Because
Okay, fine.
yeah, so and tell people where you are as well. So it's a big list. So name where you are, because maybe those who listening have no idea where. What affiliate are you from, and then favorite vacation spot.
Okay, so thank you to ask me. That's really cool, and I appreciate it. I'm David Lenouvel. Lenouvel is like the new in English, and I'm from Paris, most exactly CrossFit Louvre. So Paris in France. I work here since 2012, my favorite kind of vacation is go to Italia to go to ride a motorbike. And to motocross and biking over there, we have like a sound circuit, and that's super cool. And there we have also boxes, so like this you can ride and also you can train over there. So that's super cool. That's kind of my favorite vacation.
So when you say go ride motorcycles, then mostly like motocross style, not like through the mountains on the twisty turnies, or you like to do a bit of both?
Yeah, I try to do the both, but now I talk more about motocross, like on the track, like a 2-minute track, and you ride, and that's good and cool because it's also like really hard physically. So that's good to work and to train in CrossFit to develop your fitness to use for another sport, and this one is pretty cool. So I like it.
Very cool.
That's my kind of vacation.
Yeah, I love it. Okay, so I want to get into your backstory about how you got into CrossFit, how you met Daniel, all those things. But for the tens of people listening, is once again, where do you work? How many affiliates are under that umbrella? What's your title? And all of that stuff. Let's just jump right into that first, and then we'll work backwards from there if that works.
Okay, fine. So I discovered CrossFit in 2010. I find it there when I did my diplomate in France. To be a coach, you need to do a diplomate. I don't know how it's work in Canada, but in France you need to do 1, 2 years or 3 years. It depends to go to school, and on the half parts you go to the gym to practice like alternating work and learning. So that's where I learned that, and when I find this. After that, when I work on my past job, I find Daniel. Daniel Shafi is the owner of the box where I work, and I find there in 2010, and I meet him like this. But in 2012, I heard he's opened a box, his home box in Paris. It's called CrossFit Louvre, and now we have after 13 years, we have like 1,400 members. But when we start, we have 0 members. So it was really hard when we started. But when I start with him, because he opened his gym with his ex-wife, it's called Sophie, and they opened in 2012. And I start like a normal coach with 2 other guys. And we have another guy, he's called Sébastien, was the head coach. And in 2014, we opened a second one in Bordeaux. And now we have like 900 members over there. And the head coach previously is called Seb, moved to Bordeaux. And like this, I moved up to be head coach in 2014. And at this moment, the work of head coach was really different what we're doing right now. We work a lot, we learn a lot because we are lucky in this the same period. We host many level 1 at CrossFit Louvre. And like this, we can learn a lot about the seminar staff when they're doing and give the level 1. Like this, I stay around this and I learn a lot, and to write and to talk with them when we're doing and when they finish the journey to learn it. Many people like Carl Stenman, Mathieu Dubroc, etc. And we learn about these guys. and like this, I grow a bit of the head coach job. And like this, we start with in 2014, we have like around 600 members, something like this, and we grow, and in now we have like 1,400 on this gym. In 2019, we opened the third location, also at Paris, not far from here, around 15 minute walk. So that's really cool to work and to operate, because that's not far, so that's easy. For example, for me to start on one location at the beginning of the day and to move on the other location at the end of the day to work and to see people easily. And we opened in 2019, and right now we have like 800, almost 900 members also there. And in 2022, I moved the position of head coach to be a training director. Training director is more like you work with the head coach. So every location have one head coach. One here is called Mehdi, Louvre 3 is Remy, in Bordeaux is called Steven. And I work with them to grow and to develop the staffing they have, and to help them, to grow the people. For example, yesterday we did a meeting, an interview with one coach. I did with one head coach, and like this we can have different experiences. We're sharing the experience with him, with the head coach, and also he can learn like this. And we work like this. And also I coach around 3 hours or 4 hour days, and some day I don't coach nothing. It depends about the week and different things. I don't know if I answer every question you give me, but almost, no?
Yeah. And what we'll probably do is potentially like backtrack just for those listening, because this will go on YouTube and Spotify. So I'm sure there might be captions on YouTube. But so 3 locations, 2 in Paris, 1 in the south of France in Bordeaux. Roughly 1,400 members at Louvre. Roughly 800 members in Bordeaux.
Yeah, around
there. And then 900 members at Louvre 3.
Yeah, that's around this. That's kind of things. To operate that, to work on that, we have different kind of team. We have 2 teams per box. We have one team is commercial parts and services parts, and the second team is the coach part and also the services. And the commercial parts, I think Daniel talked about this during the different affiliates, or maybe if he did the podcast with you. But commercial parts is more a process. When someone come to the gym and want to have some information about what is CrossFit, because it Louvre 1 is in the middle of Paris. We have Opera on the one side, and we have.
Can I interrupt you really quick? It's something cool. Sorry, is one of my members is in Paris right now, and she just said,
yeah, that's where. Yeah, we have work just from the. When she did it?
This was 3 days ago. She didn't drop in. She just walked by.
Okay. Maybe she came to buy a T-shirt or something. Yeah, that's the location right now, because it's summer right here. They have the building, not us, but the building will work on the facade, And that's why we have. Yeah, exactly. Like the exterior, exactly. So that's why. So the location is on the middle. So we have a lot of people through on the road, and some people come inside and say, okay, what is it? What is it? Right. And we have a process we call the script, and the process is developed by Daniel and Sophie. And this process is to how you receive the guest and how you explain to him or to her, for sure, why CrossFit is important for them. And it's more like okay, because people don't know CrossFit. And when we start in 2012, we have many people. The OG for France in 2012, that's really really new there. Canada, the OGs were more in 2009 or something, no?
About that, yeah.
Okay.
So in 2010, yeah.
Okay. So in Paris, it's more in 2012, 2013, and the people come on the beginning was more the OG people. They see on the computer, they see on YouTube, etc. the video, and they want to do CrossFit. But right now, the people most of the time don't know what is it. Right. And like this, you need to explain to him why it's important. And the selling process with that is more emotional process. And like this, the people can understand the CrossFit is important to help this person on the life and also on the to get better shape and better fitness, like and like this. So that's the part of one team, and this team work at the beginning when they start the gym until the end, and we have like a rotation people to have one person minimum per every time. And on the other way, we have the coaching process and part of that.
Okay, so
And,
you, so yeah, so no, it's okay. So to sort of what so you're saying for you guys to be successful, to grow to this level as well as to stay at this level, you kind of have these commercial forward-facing services, but then you have the coaching kind of, we'll call it backward facing into the members' services, but they also sort of overlap in the middle because the two services complement each other. Is that right? Somewhat, or
yeah, it's not especially me in the middle, but in the, for example, at Louvre 1, we have the head coach is also the manager of the box. So like this, he can operate the team of coach and the team of the selling process, and like this, he can keep a link between the both.
Sure.
And that's the thing to do it. And the important things is, like, for example, every month we have one meeting with the whole crew, and we talk about the numbers first. Okay. I mean, we talk about the commercial parts. Like this, every people are concerned about this. Also the coach, because the coach here, except the head coach, are independent. In France, it's different statute in like Canada, but I think it's the same thing. We have salary statute, like this, we are employed by the enterprise, and the independent. So like this, the coach are independent. They can work on different way and can also do some PT or something like this. But the idea is to maintain the independent coach with us and to integrate the whole coach with us for everything we're doing with the gym. Not only, we don't want to have some coach to come and just to give the hour and go out. That's not the idea. That's why when we recruit the new coaches, we have the expectation with them. We have the paper with three papers, and we talk with them, and we read every point of this paper of the all expectation we have. And like this, the coach, if he's good guys, and if he want, he's good guy for us and for me, I mean, he can accept all expectation and can start with us.
Sure.
And the process is it depends. We have different process, but maybe you ask me later, or you want to talk now?
No, yeah. We'll stay big level, and then we can start getting granular there. So yeah, so you're saying some coaches there, you have a few coaches who are on salary that work for the business, but then a lot of coaches start off as independent and stay independent. So we would call those like contractors or subcontractors. And
that's kind of this,
but it's important that you guys set the expectations early on, that if you're going to come on to join this team, this is where this is what we would expect of you. But I'm also guessing, because I've sort of seen behind the curtains a little, is when someone joins, yes, you review the expectations of them, but I'm also guessing you say, here is where you can go if you want. Is that right? Like you show them what the future could be?
Yeah, exactly. That's the thing to do. The idea is not to work with someone really good at the beginning and to stay, okay, come, do the job and go out. The idea is, okay, you come on the team, you're part of the team, and we want to grow you to be a better coach and better person also. And on the expectation, we have different things. We have all things to how to be on the general. Are you generous with the people? You need to be at the same hour when we're doing appointment. Don't be late. Clean up every stuff, etc., etc. General things. And after, the minority of parts is more about the how you coaching, because the idea is to learn to him to be a good coach. And in France, like I told previously on the podcast, when you want to be coach, you need to go on the school and to do half school, half enterprise. And most of the coach, was former intern with us.
Okay.
And like this, you have like they have different process, but in general, right now is like 10 months process. So like this, you have a coach during 10 months, and during 10 months, you can learn about him, how to be a good coach and how to be a junior coach. Because when it's finished in internship, he start to be a junior coach. Like this, the salary is capped at the junior coach, and like this, he can do a level 1, and also he can do some PT or not, etc., etc. And after he can move on the second step on the coach. Coach normally pass the level 2, sorry, and they have more. I speak in first. They have level 2, and they have more money and can do more things on the gym. And after he can move to the coach senior. Like this, coach senior is more go to level 3, and they have more money on the things, and also can work on the gym more and can participate with more things to do it. Like this, we can grow the coach to be a better coach. And also after, not all the coach doing it, but the idea is to go to the future leader. I mean, these guys can be one day a head coach, or maybe can be in my place one day. We don't know. And the idea is these guys is he have no more money, but they have more. He's work more on the gym. He work more. He's doing different tasks, not only coaching. He can do some meeting coach. He can give a lecture on the meeting coach. He can do some administration things. He's paid for this, for sure. But they have more things to do. For example, at Louvre 1, we have the Mehdi I told you before. Mehdi is the manager of the gym, also the head coach, and they work on the commercial parts. And he have an assistant. The assistant is called Antoine, and Antoine is his assistant. So he's independent. He's doing around 15, 18 hours per week.
Okay.
In general, sometimes he's doing some replacement for sure. And on the side, he's helped Mehdi on his work. Part of programmation, he's doing a follow of the coach. So I explain after what is follow of the coach. We call that in French, but I don't know if the things is it, but I will explain after. Sure. And he's doing administration things. For example, we see how many people we're doing on every class, but we have 30 class per day. So we need to have some document to find and to write this. So they have many work to do it. And like this, one day, the idea is to Antoine's move to be a head coach. And maybe at this position, maybe he's moved to my place. Okay, right. And I move for another place. I don't know. And that's the idea, to have that. But also when the coach come on the gym, every 6 months we have one meeting is really important with the coach. It's called the goal setting. The goal setting meeting is really important because we see we see all the target and all the goals the coach they have. And like this, we can see if he's on the same line of us, and also how we can help him to do it. For example, if one coach wants to be a seminar staff, for example, it's not her job, but we can help him to work on it. We know the process to be a seminar staff, so we can help him to do it. If one coach want to coach some the people with sickness, we can help him, and we can create hour on the schedule to do it. That's what we're doing right now. We have two coach work with the people with deficiency mental, and like this they have one
or mental challenges. Yeah,
exactly. That is
yeah. So that's cool. So I want to backtrack a little bit here. So someone wants to be a coach, they have to go to school, and then so you guys use that time frame for the internship where they're a junior coach. And I think what's important that for those listening is, like, as we talk about these processes, it's like it doesn't mean that this is the way it has to be done. It's just important to understand and take ideas. So someone with their level 1 stays a junior coach until they get their level 2 and pass a couple performance reviews, basically, right? And then they become level 2 where they're now coach.
Exactly.
And they can move on to senior coach. I think what's more, not the specifics are less important than what you guys clearly as an organization are always focusing on is pushing everyone forward.
That's the idea.
You've said it twice in 5 minutes about replacing you. And I'm sure that Daniel has mentioned many times about you replacing him. And then I want to hear your opinion on this. Oftentimes what can happen is an affiliate owner stays where they are, and then this log jam hits because the affiliate owner is not working themselves forward either. Do you see that
But,
even in Europe?
Yeah. Do you have we have these things. It's like I don't know. In French, we have expression. It's called the greens proof. You know that? It's like someone is here, and the people go up, and if these guys don't grow, the people go here and say, okay, I can't do nothing because it's blocked. I need to go out and move out. And the Louvre one is a good example of that, because Louvre one, just after COVID, or for example, when I start my new job in 2022, Mehdi's moved to be a head coach. He was a coach with us, and he's moved to be a head coach. And at this moment, we have only, I think, in my memories, only 2 or 3 level 3 at the gym. And we have many new coach, and they work. And right now we have almost the spot of the same teams. Someone's go out, someone insurance for sure. But most of the people of the team right now, of the 12 coach, have the level 3, except 3 people. So that's the idea of that, is to grow and to move that for everybody's growing up. And for example, I'm a good example. I was a head coach here in 2014, 2022. And the idea, okay, I'm a head coach, I'm good or not, I think I helped to grow the things. But how now I can grow for Mehdi or for other people? So maybe I need to move out and to give the place for a young guys. He's older than me, but young in coaching. And and like this, it can grow. And also for me, I can move on the other job, I can grow also. And that's the idea. And we want to think about this, and like this, the team's growing up always. And that's why Louvre 1 right now have many coach level 3. But I forgot to say something during the process of grow. It's not only level 1, level 2, level 3. It's also the review process. It depends. A new coach have a review 1 or twice per week. Whole coach have 1 review every 3 weeks, or maybe 1 time a month. It depends. It depends the period of the years, because when you have French Throwdown, when we have for example, September's period or January, we have more new members. We are more focused on that. But like this, when we say review, we pick up the level 2 papers, and we give a notation to the coach. When I mean notation, is not notation on 20 or later or something like this. It's more about, okay, how was your teaching? How was your scene correcting? How was your presence and attitude, grow group management, demonstrating, etc. And we work on that to grow the coach. And some people was level 3, for example, because level 3. Do you have your level 3?
I do.
Are you okay? So you know the level 3 is an exam on computer. So for example, we have 1 intern. I remember these girls did level 1, 6 months later, level 2, 1 year later, level 3. But she's still just coach, not senior. And after we need to work with her.
So you're saying
be a senior coach.
So just to backtrack, so you're saying she developed her, because my girlfriend, my partner, did very similar. In 2 years, she got her level 2, and then 6 months later, she went and got her level 3. So someone can pass the level 3 as an exam, but they still need to refine their skill out on the floor, the application of the process, correct?
Exactly. That's why I did that. Explain it. I would like to explain it exactly that, because, for example, these girls were super good at school, because we have in France, we have many people doing a normal job. They want to be coach, so they change the career, and they change the job. And these girls was part of her, but no, these girls was kind of girl, and she's really good at school. She's really good at university, so she's good to learn, and to move the process on that. That's the things of Daniel, exactly that. That's the process of that, exactly. And the idea after is to move the people to go to the level 4, but unfortunately the level 4 right now is is more stopping, so we wait to restart it. So that's it.
So yeah, and I was, as you're talking, for those who are listening to this, I put on quite literally Daniel shares, and this is why you should go to affiliate gatherings and summits, because when Daniel speaks, he gives all of the resources away. But the main point is to say that we have to move up the ladder. And correct me if I'm wrong. So I'm describing it for those who are listening. There's these blocks that form a staircase that go up. The blocks are green, and the green indicates that you have to pass a performance review to graduate to these levels. Is that my understanding?
Yeah, exactly.
Correct? Okay.
Yeah. It's also, when we say green, is also the when we follow the coach, we give the color, and that's why they give the color green, because the color green is like, okay, the coach are good, and we give 2 points of feedback to work on the next one. For example, 2 weeks ago, one head coach follow me, and he gave me a color. He gave me a color, and after he gave me 2 points to work on it for the next time he's follow me, because I follow the coach, but also the head coach follow me, and everyone's is follow up here. Like this, we have review and to work on it. And yellow is like, okay, you can do a better session. Oranges is like we're doing something not really good and you need to work a lot. So when we have a document with the whole head coach, and then this document we have the whole coach list, and like this we know when we follow the coach. For example, when they follow me, okay, they follow David these days. Okay, they have oranges, for example. Imagine I receive an oranges. So if you have oranges, you know you need to follow the oranges quickly because it's not really good. And when we have red, because sometimes we have red is like really bad, something on the safety not good. I mean, some people's work on the dangerous things. And here at Louvre, we have the big group. For example, the area behind me, yesterday night, I teach 18 people here, and the word was rowing, so that takes place, barbells, and also burpees. Is one workout from the CAP or CrossFit.com. I don't remember exactly where they're from, but they're from CrossFit. And if you see the area, it's not really big here.
Right.
And I don't know if you see.
Yeah, here, let me see if, I don't know how to change it, but it's okay. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, so it's, and actually, so let's start getting into that. Not that let's transition into that, because like what you're saying is it's very important that everyone upskills from a service delivery standpoint in terms of being nice to the guest, giving them a great service of CrossFit. But it may be like, have you seen pictures and videos of CrossFit Mayhem? Their huge gym, right?
Yeah, I've been there in last February.
Okay,
and,
right? It's
super huge.
Yeah. So for those listening who may know what the Mayhem Palace looks like, CrossFit Louvre is not that.
CrossFit Louvre.
Sorry. I was just gonna say, you don't put 1,400 people in a 14,000 square foot space. You guys, you guys have way less space. So that means safety is really important. Group management is really important. Organization is really important. And I think it's worth highlighting that, because someone listening, like, yes, Paris is a major city, but you guys still have the same space limitations that anyone would have in any city anywhere. Is that correct?
Yeah, true, especially in Europe for sure. But I think in the big town, maybe in Montreal or Toronto or stuff like this, is almost the same. Here, the thing is, at Paris, all buildings are old. So they are really old, they are really short, so you don't have many space. First rule we have here is we have like different spaces. We don't want to have the big square, because like this, you can do too many classes on the same time. For example, just for the noise, it's really hard to do it. but the gyms do it. And for example, at CrossFit Mayhem, when we went there, at one moment at the night, they have kids on one space, other people on the other, and that's super cool. The spirit was good. But for example, by the place here, they call the little area, we're doing 16, 18 people per class. On the left side, this way, you can see right now, but on this side, we have like around 20, 22 people, or sometimes we're doing the big WOD on the Saturday. It's like a community stuff. And we have more people. We have 35 people, 40 people. It depends. And downstairs, we have 2 other space. So, for example, if you come at the night around 6, we have 4 classes on the same time. You have 2 normal WOD, and one WOD is called conditioning, and other one is called build. And like this, you have many possibilities for the people to work and train. And that's the first rule. The second rule is to give many classes and many opportunity to the people come here. So the first class is at 6:30. I know it's less than North America.
Yeah, we get up and get after it.
Yeah, I know you have the 5:30 classes, but here we don't have subway. So I think if you open this time, we don't have so many people. But anyway, and the last class is at 9. So for example, on the morning we have 6:30 on the big area, and on the little area at 7 we have a class on the same time. And also, not every day, we have another class at 7 downstairs. For example, this morning was build. So we have 3 classes around 7. Because in Paris, the people start not too early. They start the work around 8:30, 9. So like this, you can receive many people in the morning. After we have all class, because you have many people's work also on the home office, or the people's work on the cooking things, on the kitchen or something like this. Like this, they can come around 3:30. For example, now we don't have a class, but at Louvre 3, we have one class start at 3. And behind me, we have one class start around 3:30.
Okay.
Not around, 3:30, sorry. 3:30 p.m. And after, they have all class long during the whole night. So we have the little moment of break is around 2 p.m. and 3 p.m. or 3:30 at each gym. And the rest of the day, we have many classes. Like this, the many people we have on member can move on different area. Like every box is around 6, we have like the fire things. Like many people want to train, etc., etc. But because we give many offer of services, like this, we can dispatch many people on different way. And like this, we don't have like the thing like you refuse some people, because you don't the idea of that. We want to give some services to the people. So like this, because we have 4 classes on the same time, one guy can train there or can train there, or if he's wait 30 minutes, you have a normal class after. So every 15, 30 minutes, we have one class started. Like this, they can come and train. And also we open Monday to Sunday. And like this, you have a different possibility for the people to come.
So you guys are creating lots of opportunity for people to come in. And that's the thing is like when you create opportunity for people to come in, that's what they'll do. They'll show up. I know you'll know it in how many square, because I'm going to convert it to square feet. How many square meters is this little space behind you? Do you know off by heart?
Around 700, something like this. 700.
Okay, so 700 square meters. Like the whole area around you, or just the small area?
No. All one.
The whole area is 700 square meters.
I think is that. I don't remember always that, but it's not big. For example, behind me is like 17 meters straight away like this.
Okay.
And it's like 5 on the side, approximately.
Okay, so like 350 square meters, basically, or we'll say 400. Okay. So you're working with about 4,000 square feet down there.
Yeah, and the Louvre 3 is shorter, because Louvre 3, we have only 2 spaces.
Okay.
Because we have Louvre 3 is 1 space on the top. We're doing the word of the day, start at 7, the last one at 8 p.m. Yep. And on the down, we have the space we're doing the initiation class a couple times a week, on-rope session. And also we're doing some build, gymnastic, weightlifting. Like this, the people can decide if you want to do something or if you want to do something different. If he's tired and they want to work on the weightlifting, that's better than the word of the day. And We don't think we are better than the other guys for sure, but the idea is to say, okay, many times I heard people say, okay, I can do more than 12 people, and seriously, it's not because you have more people on the class you're a bad coach. It's not true. Your level of coach are the same on the 1-1 coaching than 24 people. For sure, 24 is more people, especially if you have try session on the same time. But at Louvre, many times we're doing share equipment. And like this, we're doing, for example, yesterday night when I teach the 18 people, we have 1 burp per 2, and that's worked well because I did my teaching like when you do your level 2, I think it's the same things. But you have number ones, you call the repetition and down and up for the number one. So you have 8 people's work. No, sorry, 9 for yesterday night. And after you switch with the number 2, we don't do too many repetitions. Like this, the people can work. And during the work, they share the equipment with row and burpees and stuff. And like this, that's work well. And if the people's wait 1 second or 2 seconds, that's fine. Okay, that's okay. And that's the idea. The idea is to hold people go out from the gym with they sweaty a lot and they learn something about the teaching. And the first thing is they took a good moment with us. And that's the whole 3 points Daniel want when we're doing the teaching, when we give a class to the people. And also, just to know it, when we have 24 people, we are not only one coach, we have also the assistant coach. What is assistant coach? If you have one guy's in internship process, this guy is doing it. So you have 2 coaches on the same session, but they're doing more assistance. They don't teach nothing, they're doing assistant. They help on the micro things to help for everything, especially if you have the new members. And also they have assistant. For example, yesterday night with the 80 people, I have 1 girl with me, and this girl helped me during the session. She's not really a coach, but she received a formation with the head coach Mehdi, and during this formation, we give to her how we can help the coach to doing it. And this person is not a coach. Don't give the session or something like this, but they help them, and they. Most of the time, this kind of persons doing CrossFit since many years ago, someone at the level 1 or something like this, they don't want to be coached just to help the gym because they love so much CrossFit, they want to help gym. And I know, and I saw that in the United States, where the people is doing it and after move to be a coach. And we have some coach right now, start an assistant, and after go to the school and go to an internship process, because like this, they learn more and they know, I want to be a coach. I love that. And doing that. For example, I have a good example of one person doing that. It's called Myriam. Myriam is a former seminar staff in France. And she started like this, assistant coach. After 6 months, okay, I want to be a coach. Okay, she started the process for 1 year. After 1 year, the coach. And after she did an internship with CrossFit HQ, and she moves to the seminar staff. And so that's the good things to find a good person, but because we want to have a good person before the good technician, and like this we can work. And to repeat this, but at Louvre 1 we have more holder coach. At Louvre 2 we have more in Bordeaux, because I talk about a lot about Paris gym, but at Bordeaux is the same process. And in Bordeaux we have a lot of holder coach, and I mean holder is like a OG CrossFitter. But at Louvre 3, for example, experienced coaches, exactly. At Louvre number 3, we have more new coaches. So the process is different. The head coach have 1 year's experience of head coach, 1 year and a half. It's called Remy. He's a new head coach. 1 year and a half. He's pretty new. And like this, he's work on his team. As he changed. Some guys don't work to it, so they go out, and the news coming, etc., etc. Like this, you create your home teams. He's created his home team.
Yeah. I want to go back to the numbers and then the sharing and the logistics for a moment, because so you're saying, in an 18-person class, you're having people share equipment. That would be sharing rowers, but also sharing barbells and whatnot. And what can happen in North America is we get so used to space. We want our space where we live, right? We want our space where we work out. And so many people think that in order to grow to a certain number of people in their affiliate, they need lots of square meters or square feet. But also, we do at CrossFit Aurelia, at my affiliate, we do a lot of sharing of mostly bikes and rowers, but still of barbells. We do a lot of stagger starts. And I think that helps tremendously with the culture that you create in your affiliate. And so this is my long-winded way of saying, like, yes, you guys have well over 1,000 members, but you're also using your classes to form connection because people are sharing. It's not a selfish thing. It's we can connect people, and it doesn't become the full role of the coach or the full role of the owner to foster the community, because when you get people to share, that's how you have the community connect itself. Is that true?
Exactly. The best example for that is just after COVID. Just after COVID, we limited the session by 12 people, and we designed a square on the floor. I think most of the folk is doing it.
Yeah.
And the spirit on the class was really bad, really bad.
Yeah.
Seriously, I hate that. And where we have a class on the morning, not early morning, but around 9, sometimes 10, we have people with 1 barbells per person or 1 row per person,
Sure.
because you have less people on the gym sometimes. It's not always 18 people and fire. It's more on the night, on the early morning. But for the spirit and the energy, that's better. But just to know, I know the idea of American people, for example, then doing Isabel, 30 snatches with no heavy load, and they're doing quickly, etc. When we're doing this kind of work, we're doing, for example, 2 waves. So number one's doing it, and this worked during only 3 minutes, 4 minutes. And after number two is doing it. Especially when we have the opens workout, we're doing something like this. But not all the time, because if you're doing that always, the people say, okay, I'm waiting, so I can understand that. So the first thing is, when you work like this, we have many drop-ins from United States or Canada, or for example, your friend is almost dropping in 2 days ago, almost. But this morning we have like 1 girl doing the drop-in. She shared his bar of pull-ups with someone. She's liked the session, and she's from States. She's from Colorado or something like this. And I can understand the culture of the space, and Paris is different. But here we have not really Parisian people. Inside the gym, we have many people live right now here, but they're from of the countryside of France. We have many people from the not only drop-in, but we have many American people, North, South, etc., Asian people, and the people adapt of that. I think the thing is how you give the class to doing it. For example, when we have because we don't give a green session every classes. We are not the robot. For example, when I'm teaching, I don't give green session every time. Sometimes my session was bad. I know that. But we try to give the whole session to doing it, because we don't want to give only 100% to the novice people on the session, but not 100% on the whole people on the session. We're doing half and half, 100 for both on the same time. And about the advanced athletes, like this, you need to prepare your session with a good lesson planning to give enough of the novice guys and enough for the whole guys. Yesterday night was hang squatting on the session. We have heavy parts on the warm up at the end of the warm up, and some people did like 110. In pound is 245 pounds for women. Some girls did 175 pounds. So it's not big, but it's not bad. So this kind of athletes, but on the same session, they have like the guys try the session. They don't know CrossFit. They don't know how to do a squatting. And you need to give the teaching part to help the older one and on the new one. And we have many athletes. For example, one of the great athletes of the gym, most of the time, is go with the new one to keep the new one with him, to say, okay, come with us. It's really cool. So it's not all one doing it, but it's for me a good example of the sharing equipment, sharing the things. But I know the question of the people maybe heard the podcast, how they work if they have different weight. They can change weight quickly, or we can adjust the group if you need it. And sometimes if I have someone's doing regional things or something like this, they are really strong, I can find a space for him. Because not all athletes doing regional. But if you have one, okay, I find one space. Okay, he's keep his own barbells and adapt for everything. But he's doing the class with us. And you know Andre Ude?
Yes.
He's
Yeah.
the
Yeah. Yeah.
CrossFit many times.
Yes.
And
Yes.
he was a former assistant coach here in
Okay.
2015, I think. 15 or 16. Before he's moved to Dubai, after Copenhagen, go to the game, etc. But 1 year ago, he came here on vacation and he did the class with us.
Yeah.
He did the class and the coach challenged him because he's a game athlete. So we don't have every day a game athlete. But like this, you can find the good things. And for me, CrossFit is you have a really good athlete on the same session of the novice guys and some former athletes from sports, football, soccer, rugby, stuff like this. And also novice athletes don't know sport. But to answer your question, for sure, they help the community. Because like this, you can have the people talk together. And that's, remember one thing we talked with Julian long time ago. When you give the session, the best thing is on the top, we have the coach. And on the down, we have one line with all members. The coach gives the information to the members. So that's normal. Okay, today we're going to do an AMRAP of 15 minutes, blah, 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 etc. But the idea is the people down give the answer and to talk with the coach. Like this, you create something. And the good thing is the people talk together.
Yeah.
And sharing something. And like this, you're doing one triangle, I'll say.
Yeah, triangle.
Triangle, sorry for my accent.
Okay.
Triangles. Next time I will take some class in English. Triangles. and like this, you have like a good energy on the session. Not every time you find it, because if you coach 15 hours per week, it's hard to doing it every time. But the idea is to do that. Like this, the people want to come back. And the thing is, for the people is, I don't know how it's work in your parts of Canada and everything, or everywhere on the world. But the good thing is, we want here is to keep the members as long as they can.
Yeah.
We don't want to say, okay, CrossFit selling about the programming. That's not true. CrossFit selling about how you give the programming to the people, how you can coach a session, and how you can explain to them, okay, these things help to you to work. And for example, in France, especially in Paris, the people don't like too much weightlifting.
Okay.
They work here. All people's doing running every weekend. Around March to October, we have like a 10K run, marathon, every kind of run. And but every week we have one heavy day without cardio. And the same people is doing it. Come here. And how does work? Because we explain to them and we educate the people to explain, okay, heavy day, lift heavy is important if you want to be faster on the run. And when the people sign up to the membership, there are 3 initiation. So we call that initiation unwrap session. And we have theoric parts, like every unwrap initiation, I think, in the world. And on the last one, they're doing one workout, and the workout is heavy day of deadlift. So the movement of the people are really afraid. Oh, I'm gonna break my back. No, we don't break our back. And we explain during this class why it's so important to be stronger, but to be fitter, longer, fitter during your whole life.
Sure, for longevity. Yeah. So you're saying it's like it's up to the coaches. Well, you guys are saying when you get people started, you're educating them, but we constantly want to educate each other. Educate our classes on the bigger picture of the methodology. And as you're saying, you're saying triangle, or maybe like a delta or continuum of saying, like, hey, I'm as a coach going to give the information to the member. The member is going to give me their feedback and how they receive the information. But I think there's always a fine line between we don't want members coaching members, but we do want members educating each other to say, like, Mary can say to Brenda, who Brenda likes to run, and Mary can say, when I started, I was just like you. I was scared to lift heavy or build strength, but over time, this is why it's helped me, boom, boom, boom. And because you created that connection, they're able to have those conversations. I want to touch upon though, so what you were saying, because if we go back, you guys give each other performance reviews, and green means great, yellow, something not great, orange, okay, there needs work, and red, like, hey, a red flag. But I caught something that I want you to confirm for me is, if you only ever try to get green, you're not challenging yourself enough as a coach. So what you're saying, I believe, is yes, getting a green is important, but if you try to deliver a class only to get green, then you're limiting yourself in maybe how many people you can have in the class, or if you're getting creative with your group management. And it's not always going to be a success, but at least it's trying and trying to learn something. Is that correct?
Yeah, kind of. No, that's true. But just the greens for new coach is different than the green, for example, for me.
Okay.
Or for a whole coach. For example, Antoine is assistant head coach, sorry. And these guys is work with Mehdi, stuff like this, but he's one of the older coach we have. Also, one girl is called Cassie. We have that. In Bordeaux, we have one guy's on the same process. And this kind of coach, we are more exigent when we are more accurate when we follow them and we review them. And like this, you have hardest feedback. For example, Cassie can receive one yellow, but if he's one new coach, for example, Aurélien is a new coach, the same session, maybe it's really good green for him.
Yeah.
But it's not the same things. How we can manage that? We have every 2 weeks or every 10 days, one meeting with a coach only per box. At Bordeaux, at Louvre 2, Steven, the head coach of Louvre 2, give one meeting every Friday at 1:15. And every Friday is give technical parts. Okay, technical parts is it's different, huh? But for example, is one thing about okay, we work on the scene correcting, we work on the visual visual cue. Like okay, you're doing this, you need this, and we work on that with
the types
visual cues.
Yeah,
exactly. We work, for example, we work on that during the meeting, etc. We're doing some drills. Steven give a drills to the coach, and after when they review the coach during the week, they work on that and they follow that on the coach. Okay. And like this, you can improve the coach. Like you work on one athlete and you work on his snatch, and you work more on the start position, for example, or on the bottom position on the overhead squat, on the squat snatch. And that's the same idea of the coach process to grow, is to work sometimes on the part of the teaching, etc., to work more on one part and to work on that during all things. But we review all the session, but sometimes we more focus on one point. We learned that about one of my best experience ever on the formation. We did with with Eddie, Jean-Marie, and another coach. We did the CDP, Coach Development Course, with Austin Maleo and Denis Thomas in 2018. It was amazing during 1 week. And that's the process. Monday, you work on teaching. Tuesday, you work on scene correcting, etc., etc. And like this, you give the session, but they give the feedback to you more on one thing than the other thing. And like this, you work and you improve that. And one clue of your question. The second clue is you're doing the same process, but more one coach. When we use the board, when we give the color, we type the feedback on the square on the color. But also we have notation with whole coach, and the whole coach we give to him, and we write on the computer after like this. I can see it. The head coach can see it and can review that all the time. And like this, you can write which focus we work on it.
Okay.
And like this, for example, I don't remember exactly right now, but for example, Cassie, we need to work on something, and we work on that. And when we follow her and we review her, we follow and we focus on that for her. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like this, you can.
If it's talk less, it's going to be put in there under their feedback to say, hey, talk less. So then the head coach, whether they're participating in class, giving a formal review, or just there, they can either say, Cassie, great job at talking less. You're really improving on that. She has focus.
Exactly.
Or you can quickly say, hey, Cassie, remember, talk less. Oh, yeah,
That's
of
that
course.
for Cassie is that I remember right now the last feedback. One of the part of the feedback is that on the teaching, say okay, use less word and say something one times, because on
Sure.
the teaching sometimes you say two times the same thing. I think I did that on the podcast because I'm not sure if my English is good. So sometimes I say one times and I try to
Yeah,
say another time on different way. And the coach sometimes doing this kind of thing. Say
for
one
sure.
times the things is and the same way on the same things on different way. But anyway, that's the whole thing, the funny things that. And
Yeah.
that's the thing to doing it. But also with the head coach, we couple years ago we attempted the level 4 with Antoine, and we attempt. Unfortunately, we failed, but that's fine. I accept that. And the cool things is when we fail it, we have like after 3 call with the intern, with the mentor, and with the mentor you can have some different kind of work. You need to take a movie of yourself when you coach, and the mentor give a feedback to you. And like this, you have when you have this kind of thing, you have possibility to learn something they share to you, and that's I like it to improve how you coach your, because when you are stay inside your gym, you are focused always on the same things. But
Yeah.
when you open your mind, that's a good. And I know some coach from different boxes, and I know some coach from different boxes, and they sometimes, because they are Holland, they go on the other box to receive some feedback from the other coach, etc., etc. That's the good things to doing it, because here we are here for that and pay for it. The head coach pay for it, assistant head coach pay for it. So like this, we can do that really often, and that's the help to on the first role to grow the people to be better.
Yeah. And I mean, that's the one thing that I know Daniel is big on is like, the better we all are, the better we all are. And we can take that like in the micro view within our own affiliates, but in the macro view of being able to help. Because, what's interesting is like you were saying earlier, France was a little behind North America in terms of adopting CrossFit. And you guys have some intricacies because, as France is behind North America, but France has been around for centuries longer than North America. So your limitations are quite literally like how the buildings were built, because you have very old buildings in certain parts, a lot of
Mm-hmm.
history. But and then you've even gone to now CrossFit Mayhem and you see it, it's like all these different things, but CrossFit is still the same. There's some minor little pieces, again, meters versus square feet, but it's still the same. It's still constantly varied functional movement at relative high intensity. It's still forming a connection and sharing and getting people fitness, not necessarily trying to achieve this perfect workout, but I'm trying to improve this person's fitness, even if it's a partner workout or solo.
That's true. That's the same idea. But I think we are smaller. But if you had all country in Europe, maybe we are almost like you. If you had England and Italy and stuff like this. But and I think that's the good thing of CrossFit for sure. You go on the Australia, is the same thing on the Canada, and the same thing on the United States, like you told. And that's the things to do it. And the thing is also we work on that at CrossFit Louvre because Daniel's shared with him, share with us how they want to have CrossFit. They want to have CrossFit for everyone want to start some sports. Okay, come. Doesn't matter where you are, where you're from, sorry, who you are, and which sports you practice before. Come, we're gonna take care of you. And that's the hospitality things. Say hi, call the people by name, try to find something to him to help them to grow, like we're doing with the coach, with the people also. For example, this noon, one guy's called, come to me and take me on his arms, and he's start to cry because he's break with his girlfriend and he say, okay, I need to stop CrossFit. I can't stay here because my girlfriend's train here, ex-girlfriend, I can't stay here. And that's also CrossFit. You need to do some psychological parts sometimes, and you need to take care of people. And that's the things to do it here. And when we see how long your gym have, how the your gym when you open your gym, sorry.
So I'm the third owner, but my CrossFit Aurelia has been open since 2007.
That's crazy. It's far. Did you have still members since 2007? It's crazy. And that's the same thing. When I see some people since 2012, I say, oh my God, that's crazy. And the thing is about community, about hospitality, but also the methodologies work on the people. And that's why I don't afraid about IROX or stuff like this, because I think they help us to people coming here. We have many people come here to say, okay, I want to train for an IROX, and now they stop IROX and still doing CrossFit 3 times a week. And like this, you have more people come and discover CrossFit. So I don't know if I answer your question well, but for me, is the thing to do it. Is doesn't matter which target you are, but come here and we help you to grow.
No, you answered it perfectly. Yeah, it's just the concepts are still so much the same, and you know, I still, like, as we said before we got started, is I hope those listening can just understand that it is all very possible to have this many members, or to have multiple locations, or to have a large training team. I think what you have to create is a certain amount of pride for, you know, I can just see CrossFit, but you have CrossFit Louvre on your shirt, right? And so it's, right. It started with Daniel and then now you, and everyone wants to be something. If you make and create something that people want to be a part of, then the stuff will sort of solve itself.
I think, it's not only me. They have also Sophie. The girl's called Sophie. Daniel, don't talk too much about her, but her at so much CrossFit.
Is she the one? She's the real star. She should be the one on the podcast.
I think so, but she don't like to speak English. You need to do in Spanish with her. But these girls, Sophie is doing exactly the same job of me, but on the commercial parts. And to understand more, Daniel, when they open the box, they with Sophie, they find first of all 3 commercial people before they find a coach. Because if you have a coach, that's good, but if you coach nobody, it doesn't work. And it's a business for sure, but here is a business, but we know the people. I know the name of not every people, because sometimes you have new members every month. You have new members, and some people go out, because Paris is like a wash machine. We have some people coming, go out for 6 months. Canadian people, Arabic people, everywhere. But anyway, and that's the thing to doing it. You need to have some people bring in, and after you give the methodology. Because if I go on the street and I say, oh, hey, hello, okay, CrossFit is super cool, you be stronger, etc., the person look like me, like, what is it? And I don't understand. I don't want to be strong. Okay, well, okay. You need first of all to understand the people in front of you, and after to explain how CrossFit can help the target of the people. And for example, on the that's why we have a good link between commercial and CrossFit coach. For example, if you have a try session, the commercial guys or girls come to see the coach before and say, okay, David, for example, David, you have one try session at 5:30. Okay, for the class of 5:30. It's called Manon. She's called Manon. She's really afraid about lifting weight. She don't want to be really strong. She's doing dancing. She's pretty skinny. She's afraid about this. And the word of the day is back squat heavy day. How's work? Okay, I need to understand what is taught to me, and I need to have adapt my discourse, my talking.
How you deliver it. Your delivery.
How to deliver it, the briefing, etc. To say, okay, I take care of you. No worry. Maybe I need to adapt the number of repetition. I need to understand, okay, every day. You don't be bigger. Don't worry. You gain only on strength. That's help to you on the dancing, etc., etc. And that's why it's really important. And that's why I want to talk about Sophie, because she's really important part of the team to help the commercial team to grow. And me with the head coach, because the head coach doing an amazing job every day, every single day. They're doing every job, good work. Sorry. And like this, we can grow the team of coach and team of hockey team, reception team, back behind the desk team. Sorry.
Yeah,
And like this, you can grow the front desk. Sorry, front desk team. And like this, we can grow and like this, the gyms grow and work since 2012. But for sure, we have some things to work on it. We're doing some working on this moment on the both gym of Paris. I know in Louvre 2 at Bordeaux, we're doing some work also. So every time we need to rebuild something, we need to adapt the coach, we need to adapt the things to work. And like this, that's the challenge of every day. That's super cool.
I was thinking about that this morning. It's like, it's the same but different every day. It's the same but different every week. It's the same but different every month, and it's the same but different every year. That cycle is constantly evolving. So I want to be respectful of your time. So if we wrap up here, you know, if someone is listening and they just think there's no way we could ever have even 500 members, you know, first of all, obviously you have to have the mindset to want to grow to that. But, you know, if anything, what advice would you offer to say, like, yes, you can have that many members?
It depends why the person are blocked about this. I can understand if your location and your rent is not expensive. You say, okay, with 200 members, I'm fine. It depends if you want to grow or not. But if someone wants to grow without that, I think it's hard. We can compare these two boxes, because two boxes Paris is look like the box at New York, Neofib or something like this. But box of Bordeaux, the box at Bordeaux is look like more of CrossFit main boxes. Just really big, etc. But they work like us. That's why in France, that's the second location or third location. We have a lot of members. I think Toulouse have a location with around 600 or 700 members. But the guys have this location. It was former member here, so maybe that's why it does work. But for me, I think I give to him. Okay, it depends. But the good thing is when you have more member, you have a bit more of money. If you have more money, you can pick up more coaches. If you have more coaches, you can give more classes. You can doing a step back and to have macro things to your gym. If you have macro things to your gym, you have more time to doing different things, to review your coach and to grow some people's, because it's good to grow someone's doing ring row and one day is doing pull-ups and maybe muscle up after. But the same idea with someone is like really shine when they're doing we're doing the briefing today of CrossFit, and after 6 months later, it's like, hey guys, like rockstar. That's the really good things. And I think it's the vision of what we want to do. If you want to be not a big star or something like this, but if you want to grow your gym, not especially in grow in space, but grow on number, because if you have more members, when you're doing an event, you have more members coming to your event. When you want to have, because you have more money, maybe you can build something on your gym new. And like this, you give more services. And that's the idea. I think it's hard for the people doing like alone at the gym and doing a morning word, afternoon word, and every day they're doing that because the coach are alone. And also they're doing all papers work on the same time. It's not possible to doing that all your life. And that's why I talk on the start of the podcast. Sometimes some week I doing 15, 20 hour, and some week I'm doing only 3 to 5 to 6 hour, or maybe 10. It depends. But like this, we can stay consistent. And when I say we, because I talk about also the head coach, because the head coach have approximately the same planning of me. And like this, when you're doing 1 hour, you can give 100% of your energy. When you're doing 30 hours per week because you are alone on your gym, does not work. And I think for me it's important to doing it. And I think with that, the answer is depends the vision of what you want to do it.
But either way, it's, you know, it's the same lessons over and over again that we hear here, we hear in America, we hear everywhere. And so it
Yeah,
really
but
just go ahead.
sorry, I could choose. I'm sorry, but
No,
I
it's okay.
think it's not only because you are in France. Because Daniel is from England, first of all. That's why he speaks well English. But if he's open the gym in United States, he's doing the same process for sure.
Yeah.
Just only thing is adapt about the lawyer, because in States maybe the law is different in France for sure about the every law, but he's doing the same process. He's fine. 1, 2, 3 depends where you are. If you're on the big town, New York, Miami, or something like this, or if you are on the small town, and for example, CrossFit Miami is on Cookmill is a small town, but like this, you need to work on the same process and you repeat that, and like this you grow, and not like to explode, but more like you grow. Because you grow, you can develop some different project. We don't talk too much, but French Showdown is one project of us, and that's really important. And this year the gym helped a lot CrossFit French Showdown, because this year we have less opportunity from last year. So the CrossFit Louvre helped too much, a lot, sorry, the French Showdown project. So that's why we need to have more members. We want to when we started. But some people in Paris, not CrossFit, but you have, I think they have on the big town in Toronto or something like this. But we have also the little gym with the people doing one-to-one coaching. They're doing a 1-to-2 or something like this. But when we're doing CrossFit, the best workout ever is when you have energy and the people together. And when we have many people and energy, some music, that's super cool. And for me, I like it, and the people like it also.
No, that's great. Yeah, and to the point, like it's like business. Your business should be like your fitness in the sense that you never stop and say, I'm fit enough. But the point of developing your fitness is so that you can go experience new things, go skiing in the Alps, go mountain biking, go do a triathlon. And so you should grow your business so that you can impact more people, both professionally, giving them a job and more experience, more members. But it doesn't have to be the French Throwdown, but a competition, an event, something is like, it's always
And
about.
that's why.
What's that?
Sorry, because it's like that's why we are lucky, and we did the CDP. The CDP cut. It was really expensive because we paid for the ticket of the people, etc., etc. And how does this work? Because you have members to pay it. So like this, we have 4 coach did this amazing information. For example, sorry,
Yeah,
that
no,
is one
exactly.
example of that.
More is more. And so, on that note, we're gonna wrap things up. So I think we will definitely have to have you back on, because we didn't talk about the French Throwdown or anything like that. So this will be part 1, part 2
Okay.
coming another time. So on that note, 3, 2, 1, time.